Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, Bike Week has brought local tragedy, and Murfreesboro detectives need your help in locating a robbery suspect.
An MTSU professor has achieved great recognition in the tech landscape, and an MTSU staff member has received a large sum of grants. All those stories plus your local weather and sports, Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening. I'm Dylan Simmons.
And I'm Carly Sutton. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News.
Laverne police continue to investigate a scandal within their department. In January of this year, 5 Laverne police officers were terminated for sexual allegations within the department and did not disclose them to Human Relations. Former Police Chief Burl Davis was aware of the sexual misconduct and did not report it or discipline any of the officers involved. The city will be hosting 2 community meetings to find out what they want in the next police chief. The meetings will take place on April 20th and 22nd at the Laverne Public Library. The city also plans to conduct a survey among the police department to hear what they want in a new chief. The city has also announced it has hired a recruitment firm to find the next police chief. Mayor Jason Cole is committed to finding a new police chief who upholds the city's expectations.
The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation continues its fight against sex trafficking throughout the state. In a joint operation with the Bristol Police Department, the TBI arrested 11 men for seeking illicit sex with minors. On March 9th, officials launched several fake advertisements on various websites with connections to sex trafficking and prostitution. The joint undercover investigation lasted for 2 days. All 11 men were charged and are each being held with a $50,000 bond. The TBI has held multiple similar undercover operations in Middle Tennessee, each producing a net of human trafficking arrests.
Daytona Beach's 82nd annual Bike Week brought tragedy to Murfreesboro. A local 68-year-old motorcyclist was killed in a wreck while attending Bike Week. The crash happened on Friday, March 3rd around 2 p.m. He was riding through a busy intersection when an SUV failed to yield while turning, causing the motorcyclist to crash into the side of the vehicle. The Murfreesboro biker was critically injured and flown to Halifax Hospital in Daytona Beach, where he later passed away. The 18-year-old SUV driver was uninjured. This marks the 3rd tragic death during the 2023 Daytona Bike Week.
Over 50 animals were saved from a small trailer in Laverne. The SPCA of Tennessee called the Animal Rescue Corps to come and save the 48 dogs and 5 cats from what is now being called a desperate hoarding condition. 39 of the dogs were inside of cages that were too small for them and were held in inhumane conditions. The animals suffered a range of medical issues from severe dental issues to high ammonia exposure. All of the animals that were rescued have been taken to the ARC Center in Gallatin for a full and in-depth veterinary exam.
Murfreesboro detectives are still in need of your help identifying a person of interest. Murfreesboro police are looking for a person of interest who conducted a strong-armed robbery which resulted in the theft of merchandise. The unidentified individual walked into the Dollar General on Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard and grabbed money from the register in addition to several items throughout the store. If you have any information about this case or who this may be, please contact the Murfreesboro Police Department.
A MTSU professor has won an award at the Greater Nashville Technology Council Awards ceremony. Assistant Professor for Information Systems and Analytics Sam Zaza won the Diversity and Inclusion Advocacy Award. The ceremony took place in the Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville and had more than 500 attendees from over 140 technology companies and associates from Middle Tennessee. Zaza has held many positions of leadership in the Association for Information Systems and is a current co-head of an upcoming conference for computing machinery that will take place in California over the summer.
There is a new photo gallery at the Baldwin Photography Center. The exhibit is called Southern Fiction, and all of the displays were taken by photographer and artist Tima Stauffer. The display is described to capture the awe and beauty of the typical Southern blue color life. The photos will be on display until April 13th. The exhibit can be found on the 2nd floor of the Bragg Building on the campus of MTSU. There will be a discussion about the exhibit with Lauren Rhodes on Friday, March 31st at 6 p.m. in Bragg Room 103.
MTSU is bringing a female chemist to speak as part of a Women's History Month celebration. MTSU welcomes former chemist and businesswoman Natalie LaFranzo to present her speech, Beyond the Bench, Bringing Together Business, Chemistry, and Creativity. LaFranzo will speak on March 13th and 14th at 6 p.m. in the Science Building on the 14th, LaFranzo will be discussing allyship, advocacy, and the future of STEM. Where do I fit in? Both will be open to all faculty, staff, students, and the general public. These free events are part of a series called Celebrating Women Who Tell Our Stories that MTSU will be hosting all month long.
And now Ian Wills joins us with our first look at the weather.
Things are really cooling off here in the mid-state as temperatures are dipping close to freezing, resulting in the entirety of Middle Tennessee to be under a freeze warning until the early morning. Our high todays are ranging in the mid-40s, with 46 being our highest in 5 of our covered cities. The cloudy conditions have added to that chill we felt all day as winds have picked up as well. Humidity levels are on the rise as rain is expected to greet us by tomorrow. After the break, I'll have tonight's forecast. Dylan, back to you.
Thanks, Ian. Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News. A special cause is uniting 4 colleges across Tennessee, and Izzy Gutierrez joins us with our latest look at MTN lifestyle and entertainment. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This week, MTN reporter Izzy Gutierrez is back with another segment of lifestyle and entertainment. Izzy is checking out a unique music venue here in Murfreesboro. Let's take a look.
At the corner of East Clark Boulevard and North Tennessee Boulevard, one normal house is actually rocking out. Welcome to The Bunk, a carport turned music venue just minutes off of MTSU campus. And the maker behind this concert location is William Ogden.
We did a lot of parties, and sometimes we would have some friend play some music, or we would, set up a little sound system. I started, booking actual shows.
This simple carport, complete with road signs, a lawnmower, and hanging lights, becomes something magical. But why is it called the bunk?
So one of the interesting things that we do here at the bunk is everybody who comes to the bunk can sign the couch. And really, I mean, you can write whatever you want on here. There's all kinds of ridiculous stuff on here.
And not only does he run his own music venue, he also has his own audio engineering company with a trailer filled with his gear.
The bunk kind of comes with me. The things that make the bunk special have to do with the business service that I offer with Nashville Live Sound, my rental company.
You're driving me crazy, I always knew.
As William gets closer to graduating this spring, the bunk will always be with him. From Murfreesboro, Izzy Goody, Middle Tennessee News.
Thank you, Izzy, for another segment of lifestyle and entertainment. Be sure to follow The Bunk on Instagram and check out their next concert and all up-and-coming events. Make sure you tune in next week to see what else Izzy brings us for our lifestyle and entertainment segment.
The new dean of MTSU's College of Education looks to improve the program and build upon current success. Naporsha Cohn was named the dean of MTSU's College of Education following a nationwide search to fill the role. Cohn comes from Kennesaw State, where she was a professor of science education. She began her teaching career as a middle school teacher and has worked in higher education since 2006. Cohn said, "I am looking forward to building on the strengths of our internal and external stakeholders, as well as highlighting our dedication to being difference makers." She is set to begin her role at MTSU in July.
A dedicated member of the MTSU staff received a large sum of money in grants. Mingaling Mike Jong is an assistant professor in the Department of Chemistry. His main focus is on research, and since joining MTSU staff in 2017, he says that he has received so much support from other staff members and their collaboration. Through his immensely productive research, Zhang has secured multiple federal grants, totaling nearly $800,000. His background has helped him attack problems to help the masses. 4 schools from across Tennessee will be collaborating to bring awareness to an important topic. An upcoming education collaboration will continue to bring awareness to agriculture-related topics. MTSU, Tennessee Tech, University of Tennessee at Martin, and the University of Kentucky will be hosting a Food Systems Hybrid Field Day from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 15th. Topics of discussion will include crop production, food safety, soil conservation, and many more.
MTSU and Chick-fil-A in Murfreesboro have teamed up to benefit students. Chick-fil-A will pay for 1 3-hour course per semester for eligible employees, and if they want to take more courses, they can pay the Chick-fil-A corporate rate. Employees can also receive tuition and loan reimbursements twice a year. For employees to be available to get in on this opportunity, they need to be working at one of the 2 Murfreesboro locations and work either 20 hours or 4 days. For more information, go to mtsu.edu/Chick-fil-A or call 615-494-7714.
And now Ian is back with tonight's forecast. Ian, what do you have for us?
If you thought it was cold during the day today, then make sure you're ready to bundle up tonight because temperatures are only ranging in the high 20s throughout the mid-state. Shelbyville has our coolest low tonight of around 26 degrees, with Manchester following close behind with a low of 27. Rain seems to be coming around the corner as our humidity levels are on the rise tonight into the mid to high 60s, which in turn will make the cold temperatures feel even cooler with all that added moisture. As I mentioned earlier, the combination of freezing temperatures and extra moisture tonight has resulted in a freeze warning for the mid-state. So make sure you and your loved ones are inside and safe in this harsh cold. Stick around after the break where I'll have the full 5-day forecast for Murfreesboro.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Ian will give us our full 5-day forecast, and Ryan Martinelich is in the MTN Sports Den with our latest look at sports. All that and more when we return on Middle Tennessee News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have Ian, who has our 5-day weather report. Ian, what do you have for us?
Weather in Tennessee has a reputation for being temperamental, and as we head further into March, we can see that sentiment still reigns pretty true as we try to reach some comfortable spring temperatures. The rest of this week is still expected to be a bit on the chillier side, so don't put your coats away just yet. Today, our high was around 46 degrees with a low of 28, and that dense cloud coverage has made our wind chill feel even cooler. Clouds aren't out of our forecast just yet, as we're still expected to see some cloudy skies tomorrow. Tuesday's high is about 49 with a low of 22, so it's safe to say that a freeze warning will probably be in effect when we head into tomorrow evening. Wednesday is breaking our cloudy streak with a much-needed sunshine, warming up our temperatures up to a high of around 57 and a low of 32 that evening. However, winds are still expected to be picking up throughout the week, so despite the sunshine, it'll probably feel a little colder than what it actually is. Thursday is expected to bring a few clouds back into view, but we are finally expected to have some comfortable temperatures throughout the day. Our high for Thursday is 66 degrees with a low of 52. Rain is expected to come Friday, so maybe we'll see a rainbow or two just in time for St. Patrick's Day. Our holiday temperatures Friday are ranging around 61 for the high and 32 for the low, but that rain and wind will make it feel a bit cooler. Make sure to tune back in Wednesday, where we'll have your midweek forecast right here.
When we come back, Ryan Martinelich is over in the MTN Sports Den. He will have the scoop on women's basketball punching their ticket to the big dance and the rest of your sports report. That will be after the break.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back, everybody. Here in the Sports Den, we got some March Madness because the Lady Raiders are going to the big dance.
It's really accelerating to see the support from our fans. To have the opportunity.
Fans from all around came to celebrate a tremendous season for the MTSU women's basketball team at the Boulevard on Sunday to hear their name be announced in the Field of 68. After winning a regular season title and a CUSA tournament championship, the Lady Raiders punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament as an 11 seed and wanted to celebrate with those who have been behind them every step of the way. President of Middle Tennessee, Dr. Sidney McPhee, is imploring the Lady Raiders fan base to get in the stands in Durham.
Right around the corner in Durham, North Carolina. Short drive, a direct flight from Southwest. So I expect us to take over that gymnasium on Saturday.
The Lady Raiders will play the 6-seeded Colorado Buffaloes this Saturday at 6 o'clock in Cameron Indoor Stadium, where the winner of that game will play the winner of the 3-seeded Duke Blue Devils and the 14-seeded Iona Gales. But postseason basketball was already on display in the Murphy Center at the Glass House, was host to the Division I Girls Tennessee High School State Tournament. 4 different champions from across the state were crowned on Saturday, with Savannah Davis recording a double-double and leading Mackenzie High over Wayne County for the Class 1A championship. Westview High beat McMinn Central by 19 points to win the Class 2A championship behind Jada Harrison's double-double for the Chargers. Jackson Southside completed their undefeated campaign by beating Livingston Academy for the Class 3A championship, with Jaden Askins and Tamia Lawson combining for 34 points. And Bradley Central secured the Class 4A championship against Bartlett 58-49, shooting 50% from the field for the game. The Murphy Center will play host again to the boys high school tournament this coming weekend. The schedule can be found on the TSSAsports.com website. Staying in women's athletics, after being on the road for all season up to this point, MTSU softball hosted 4 other softball squads for the Lady Raiders home opener in the MTSU Invitational. Green Bay, Southern Illinois, Western Illinois, and Appalachian State were in town to square off against the Lady Raiders and each other in the non-conference event. MTSU came up short against the Southern Illinois Salukis last Thursday 5-3, but won their 4 next games in 3 days, including a shutout against Appalachian State and beat Western Illinois twice. Gretchen Mead finished Sunday's match with a complete game, giving up 1 run and striking out 7 on the way to a victory. Laura Mueller finished the weekend with 8 hits and batting 6 runs in, and Shelby Eccles batted nearly .590 for the event. The Lady Raiders will be back in action to host Southeast Missouri State on Wednesday at 5 o'clock, so be there to check it out. Keeping it on the green grass at MTSU, baseball was also in action over the weekend and didn't quite find the same success as softball. The Blue Raiders were hosting the Evansville Aces and managed a 2-0 shutout on Friday behind a 1-hit, 11-strikeout complete game from Jaden Ham on the mound. Saturday and Sunday, unfortunately, were not as dominant for the Blue Raiders as they found themselves falling 5-3 in both games. Eric Swan struggled, giving up 3 runs and walked 6 batters early in Saturday's loss, and Bryant Baranak and Jake Cothran combined to give up 4 runs in 6 innings in Sunday's loss. The Blue Raiders made an interesting Sunday, however, scoring 3 runs late in the 9th inning, but fell short in the end. Brett Coker had a great weekend overall, batting .416 with 5 hits and bringing in 3 runs for the series. The Blue Raiders fall to 7-8 on the season and will look to rebound on Wednesday when they host Tennessee Tech at 6 o'clock. Should be a great game there.
And rounding out here in the Sports Den, after falling short in New Orleans to Green Wave of Tulane, the Blue Raiders traveled north to Evanston, Illinois, where the 19th-ranked Northwestern Wildcats awaited. After securing the doubles point behind a tie-break set victory from Oscar Brostrom Poulsen and Francisco Rocha, the Blue Raiders found themselves in a 3-1 hole halfway through the singles matches. They would not be deterred, however, as Brostrom Poulsen and senior Pavel Model managed straight set victories to tie things up, and on the last court out, freshman Marcel Kamrowski secured the victory for the Blue Raiders with a 3-set win for the third win in 4 matches. This is the third win over a ranked team for the men's tennis team, and they will be back home this Friday with a doubleheader against Dartmouth and North Alabama. I'm going to be there, guys, so I hope to see you there too. Back to you.
Well, Ryan, I think we'll certainly be there, and we'll be wanting to check it out. Middle Tennessee's men's tennis team obviously on a roll right now. Also, March Madness, a very exciting time for this Middle Tennessee women's basketball team, Carly. I'm sure they're excited, and I'm sure their whole fan base is excited to see how they do against Colorado. Should be a fantastic matchup there. Well, daylight saving time has returned, which means that sleep has become an even bigger commodity. In honor of that, today, we honor National Napping Day. It's a day that not only honors taking a nap, but reminds us that there is no shame in taking one.
Numerous studies have shown that taking 10 to 20-minute naps in the middle of the day can make us feel more upbeat and energetic. Dylan, I know if it wasn't so late in the day already, I would be going home and taking a nap myself. For those weary of springing ahead with daylight savings time, I know I've been, there is light at the end of the tunnel because this will be the final year of the daylight savings time system.
And the fact that it's the final year means that a lot of people can breathe a sigh of relief, more sleep for everybody. I think we can all agree that will be a great thing. Times are certainly changing. Going to be fun to see that happen. Thank you for joining us for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Dylan Simmons, joined by Carly Sutton, Ryan Martinelich, and Ian Wills. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net.
And make sure to follow us on all of our social media sites, Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle Tennessee News on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We will see you Wednesday, March 15th for our next show.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.